Once again, thank you all for joining us for another installment of Chopping It Up. How we doing today, fellas?
Chilling.
Doing good, doing good.
Very nice, very nice.
I need a shave, yo.
Yeah, been looking a little. I didn't want to say nothing, little boys, but damn. Just open up the floodgates for that shit.
I ain't want to say nothing, but yeah.
See,
I'm looking fresh with the cut.
Yeah.
Shout out your barber.
Hey! Shout out Teddy, man.
Yeah, really.
Number one fob. Shout him out.
Yeah, real talk. Next time that's paid.
Oh man, everybody knows the importance of staying so fresh and so clean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's only like two reasons why we do it.
Name them out.
One, for thyself. Two, for why do you guys think we do it?
Okay, just really pulled back right when we got to the second one.
You trying to be politically correct?
There's only one reason we do it, man.
Yeah, we want to look good too.
Really?
That's legislative.
No, for ourselves too.
For ourselves. I mean, that's number one for ourselves.
Honestly, do you think if like there was no women in the world, we were like even take care of ourselves, or like
Nah.
Like we just all be like having beards and like just doing wild shit.
Everything's to impress. I mean, actually, we be alright. Like we impress guys with.
But why do we even get money? We get cars. We flex. Like it's all just to get girls at the end of the day. Like the core reason.
I will say this in a weirder sense. Like when you put on, say, cologne, or if a woman put on like perfume, whatever, you only smell it for a good 5 minutes, 10 tops, right? Depending on the type of cologne. It's really for other people. It's for other people to smell something good when they're around you.
That's very true. I had an ex buy me some.
Women, bro.
Oh yeah, I had an ex buy me some Versace cologne like a couple years ago. I think it just smells like baby powder. Like there's nothing special about it. But every time.
The word Versace though.
No, they didn't even know. Every time I wear it, it's like a magnet. I'm telling you, like that's the juice right there. And I don't even like the smell.
Yeah.
Wait, a magnet? Like people used to come up to you and stuff?
Yeah, I always got mad compliments, yo. Mad compliments on
What's
that.
the name
buy that.
It was Versace something. I haven't.
Jonathan's on Amazon right now.
I'll send you a picture of them.
I got the lip mask. Now I need the.
It's like a baby blue clear bottle. I don't know.
Lincoln, the smell doesn't smell good to us. It smells good to females. Same thing as the female perfume smells good to us.
How do they know it smells good at female? Do they have like female testers that like?
They definitely go through testing and all that.
Yeah.
No, females care more about like they know how it smells like, so they'll know what you're wearing.
I don't know. I don't know. It's because there are some guys' colognes that if guys are cologne on that smells good, I'm not gonna be like, ooh, what are you wearing? Some shit like that. But I'm gonna notice it, and I just might.
Yo, what's what you wearing?
Yeah. Yo, pause.
Yeah, pause.
Good as shit,
pause. Do you think there's like a limit though, like how far a dude can go with like self-care and stuff? Like, can you go get like a Brazilian wax? Like, what's the limit? Where do we fall Brazilian wax?
If we try to be a male model, if we try to be a model, then like
true. I mean, it's. I guess it's just how comfortable you are with that whole
masculinity.
Yeah. Just putting that much into it.
Because I heard some girls be saying like they don't mess with that when dudes like do the most. Like
too much. It's like
too much.
To each his own. To each his own. If you asked me 5 years ago, I'd be like, yo, what kind of guy gets a pedicure? I get pedicures. So now I do.
Pedicure's fine.
Yeah. Gotta keep them. Yeah, absolutely.
If you start doing like waxing and like I don't know.
Yeah, some guys like
makeup for an hour.
40-year-old virgin, right? If you have the hair, like that hair, man, that's tough. You got to get that cut.
I wouldn't say that's this should be a less painful method.
So apparently that was smiley face just for the.
Apparently that was his real hair.
That was.
Yeah, apparently it wasn't fake. Apparently it was real. That's what I heard. At least, yeah.
Was the blood real too?
I don't know. It was a one-take thing.
That's
like he couldn't mess up. Yeah. Those names he was screaming out was like improv. Like it wasn't supposed to. It wasn't written down. Yeah.
Steve Carell is like one of the greatest like comedian like improv people ever. Yeah. Yo, no.
One of the funniest things, you know how men are supposed to be like showing off. You know, we got to get the cars and like bling out for the females. It's so funny. Like if you look at animals, all the fancy looking animals are all males as well, right? It's like the peacock. Like if you look at a female peacock, it's all furry.
To attract.
It's all reflected in nature. We can see it in nature too. Like it definitely.
Like let's be real, you know, like a lot of guys out there, you know, getting on women for, you know, wearing too much makeup, trying too hard, you know, getting this and that done. But I mean, turn right around and you see a whole bunch of dudes spending all this money on all these cars and you know, trying to get the latest flossing with the jewelry or whatever.
Yeah.
Spending just about the same amount of money, same amount of time with it.
Like going to the club, bro, that shit's like they should have like people from Animal Channel come in there and say, look here, he's approaching, he's getting closer. Hey, shorty, what you doing, shot? He just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they should do a whole shit on that, bro. Like, because that shit's like the animal, like, kingdom in that joint. Like, people just.
I would have been a very wealthy man if I didn't go to the clubs in my early 20s.
Yeah.
Spent so much money at the clubs, man.
I went to once, and I spent $40.
And is that a lot for you?
Yeah, that's a lot for me. What?
No,
get out of here! Get out of here! You know nothing, young child.
Well,
it costs $50 for a shot, man.
There's a difference between New York clubs and down here, man.
Yeah, I've clubbed all over. It
depends. Like if you trying to flex, you getting a table. Yeah, you don't like spend bread, but like
tables.
You can pre-game, get lit before you get there, buy a couple drinks, have a good night type shit. Like you don't have to spend like OD money.
Yeah.
My thing though was like once I start feeling good, start getting a little wavy. If you cool, like if I meet you, I'm like, yo, all right, let's get some drinks. All right, come on, let's do it.
I don't be buying girl drinks in the club for real.
Simp.
Unless I know.
Not like I'm going at girls just trying to like get some boom. Just people. Like I'm just a friendly dude.
No, I feel you, but I be seeing dudes that get finesse like girls be grabbing a drink and literally just walking away from them. I'd be like,
it's so dirty.
The shit like that, the obvious, of course, that's not gonna happen. You know?
I'll get you a water. You want a water? Like
free shit.
Agua?
Nah, that leads to my question of what are the modern day pull-up spots, methods, and just like stuff that you guys use or know about.
I don't know. I don't pull up on women. I approach them respectfully.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
Fighting right on Twitch.
Y'all don't know. His pimp name is Yon the Don.
No, you making shit up.
When your hand gets tired, just remember, man. I studied physio, bro. I know how to fix that for you. All right?
Yeah.
Swiping right.
Show him the cane. The cane's on the other side of the bed.
Mr. Tender Gold over here.
Get it.
Tender Gold.
Tender Gold over here.
Is that Tender Gold?
Tender Gold.
You got a premium account.
Listen, man.
I do what I want.
Listen, why on earth would you not pay for that?
To repeat that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you not pay for that service? I don't understand. People have the basic one. You waste your time.
I've never used Tinder.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about though. Like, what would you say is like your preferred? He's like the Bumble Hinge type.
Bumble's lit. I like.
How do you meet someone though if you don't go on Bumble, Tinder, or like Instagram, or like you can't meet people really in real life like that? It's difficult these days, at least. It
depends though, because there's just a way of doing it. It's for me. I've never felt comfortable using social sites. I don't judge it. Like a lot of people do it. It's cool, whatever. But I don't feel just the way I am. Like most of the time, I don't have like lines or try to spit game. I'm just talking, just trying to find out if you're cool to kick it with. If I can just chill with you, like that's cool. I'll just be out. I don't know, somewhere. If I get into a conversation with somebody over something, tell them, hey, if you're ever interested, over here, get your Instagram, whatever. Hit each other up later.
Yeah, more genuine. Just other than all this other stuff that goes on.
I've never been comfortable with flirting and.
Like in real life,
come out right for me. Yeah.
I would never say the shit I say in like on dating apps, bro. Like you gotta come up with some like super creative pickup line just for the girl, cause she got like 1,000 matches, and you like the one of like the 100 hays. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stand out type shit. But in real life, I'm gonna come up and be like real, like I'm gonna talk normally. Like I'm just gonna talk. I'm not gonna be like, hey, baby girl, you look like a snicker, micker. I don't know, like.
Tennessee.
Not to expose you, but what was your famous line, bro?
Famous line.
Hey,
Yeah, you know what it is.
Don't give the secrets out. Don't give the secrets out.
I want to hear. I want to hear this.
He has a famous line that I even used, and it works because you can't
Michael
be too
Jordan,
serious.
my cousin.
You can't. You can't be too serious on these things.
Are you talking about like walking up to a girl or like on Tinder?
We talking about dating, like.
I mean, your famous line, bro. Don't get away from this.
Honestly, I forgot what you're talking about, bro. I don't know.
All right, so I'll just say it. I will take you to the.
Oh, I know.
I feel like I have a better line than that afterward. That was the corniest line though. Like
he said.
It's so. I would take you to the movies, but what was it?
They don't allow snacks.
But they don't allow outside snacks.
They don't allow outside. Either I get a LOL or I get a.
Unmatched.
Face ass. No, I don't
use it.
They would try to blame me, say LOL, and I just go off that. At least responded off that. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You gotta say something
crazy.
crazy.
Break the ice. Just breaking the ice.
You know what I'm saying? Just enough to like make them laugh type shit. You know, clearly corny.
So
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all. How do y'all feel about like approaching? Like you see a girl at the mall, you're like, oh, she.
That's what I was trying to get into. I haven't done that in a while, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how would that even like? These days, at least, in coronavirus.
I don't even know the last time I went to a mall.
There was a time.
When was the last time I've been to a mall, bro?
I used to go to the mall a lot, just to like hang out and stuff. But
there
was a time last year. I think I had mass.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So why not?
But like, how do y'all approach this stuff?
I don't know, bro. Honestly, I haven't done
that. Have you seen a lion in the wilderness?
Nope.
All right.
That's how you approach. You get on all fours and
and just like a cat, his little butt in the air, just shaking, just about to pounce. Yeah. Grum's the one in H&M, just between like a little, little lady section, just. Hear the wild behind him and shit.
That's crazy.
But I don't know. I've never really, unless it just comes up organically, you know, just I don't know. I notice something like she's doing or wearing or something like that, and I might comment on it. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, she seems like she's, you know, replying with some interest, then yeah, I'll go off of that. But I've never been one.
Start off with a compliment. Be like, yo, I think.
It doesn't have to be a compliment. It could be, I don't know, like sometimes like I've done stupid shit before, like I've just seen like a girl wearing like a Boston cap or something like that. And then I'll just see her and I might have like my Yankee fitted on and I'll just walk by and just give like a corny like like that. You know, she laughs or something like that. You know, you just get some shit going.
Yeah.
I'm goofy also. Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, it depends on what vibe like the girl giving off. Like you could tell like if she's like with that goofy stuff.
Right.
Goofy. If she's like super like you could tell you got approached like differently.
Yeah.
Be like, excuse me, miss. You know what I'm saying? Real like.
Yeah. Because some women, it just takes a lot to break through that,
Yeah, break through the.
Yeah.
That's why like pickup lines used to be like a funny way to like break through the guard, but like I don't use them no more. It's like it's just super corny. Like,
exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. These days I haven't pulled up. I don't know how it would be.
I mean,
what y'all think it's gonna be like?
Yeah.
After Corona's gonna be different, man. You're gonna
6
be having
feet,
that
6
mask.
feet.
It's gonna suck.
Shorty.
Nah, it's like as soon as the mask comes down, you're just like, oh yeah, I was actually talking to the person behind you. My bad, excuse me.
I got a lie. I'm gonna come up like this, pull my mask down, like, sorry, I guess we both got corona. We might as well quarantine together.
If I ever heard that and I was a woman, I'd stab you in the throat. Like, motherfucker, what are you doing? You want to kill me?
Nah, bro, I don't even know. I think people are gonna be definitely hesitant, like, to people approaching them. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, because Corona's changed the world for a while, man. This ain't something that's just all right. Next year will be good. It's gonna be a long while.
I think people are gonna start going back to clubs and stuff because I saw it.
It's gonna happen eventually. Business just wants to get back to normal.
Honestly, I think it's already almost back to normal. It's looking like it's in most places, man.
Bro, but you see Arizona and Miami and Florida, Texas and all those, bro. as soon as they start hitting that phase 4, man,
it's over. People are starving for like social interaction.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be interesting to see like how when everything's fully opened up, like
Be baby boom.
I remember, we all saw when stage 2 hit. He said baby boom. When stage 2 hit, like half of my timeline and all the stories, just everyone just on flights going. I'm just like,
oh, niggas about to be flexing that stimulus check.
yeah, this guy right here is he throwing some pesos and some, whatever coins they got going, sprinkling it, motherfucker.
It's like, bro. That's
right?
I got one other question.
Go ahead.
What are your advice? Like, if you see a girl in like in a loud, like in a club, party, bar, how do you approach a girl there? Because like it's loud in there, so it's hard.
Did you see?
What are your tips? Yeah, what are your tips? I want to know.
You
It's easy for myself. You can't.
You can't talk.
Bro,
How you
no,
gonna
no,
talk?
I
Unless you got a
I
table.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got
approach.
you, bro.
Come on, Mark.
I got you, bro. Watch. You gotta get up real close, right next to her left, not her right ear. Her right ear is busy. Approach her
Right
left
ear
ear and
Okay.
just scream. And then immediately, she's
That's like
always
a
gonna
mating
remember
call?
you as the guy who screamed in her ear. She's always gonna remember
Yeah.
that.
She's gonna tell the police officer right next there. That's the dude that was screaming right here.
I've never heard a more intelligent plan in my life.
I mean, try it.
I
I
mean,
mean, if
I
it
mean,
don't
you
work,
said-
what's the
You
worst
gotta
case?
come up, bro. I wouldn't like have an extended conversation. Like I would go up and try to talk to her like a little bit. You have to buy her a drink maybe, or just like try to get her like let's go dance floor. You can't be like, oh, so let's talk about politics. Like, what do you can't talk in the middle of the club, bro. I can't get to know you. It's too loud, bro. Or if you had a spot, yeah, but
I think it's tough, man, because all right, coming from my point of view, first of all, it's already loud, so she can't hear me. I'm dark skinned. Club is dark. She can't see me.
I
So
didn't even think about that. That's an extra problem for you.
it's struggling. You know, you just gotta get in there, be smooth with it. You know, get a little dance, and then maybe like while y'all dancing together, little chit chat here and there, back and forth.
That's the most efficient. Get the dance to the
Blacker the berry, bro. Blacker the berry.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah. Nah, lights can sit over there, y'all.
I am definitely like, hey, bro.
Reunites.
I'm gonna get darker this summer, bro.
Yeah, same here.
Bro. We getting darker.
I got darker.
Like y'all don't even understand. I'm already dark skinned, but I got 2 lights over here hooking me up. So me and Jan be out there all the time in the sun. Even today, man. Every day, just about.
Yeah.
I
Actually,
like
guys, let
6
me
shades
say one thing about like coronavirus and COVID-19, all that with this face mask. It got me thinking about this show I watched. I watched one episode, but did y'all ever see Love Is Blind? It's like on Netflix or something.
Yeah, bro. I watched Love Is Blind.
You're laughing. You watched the episode.
I know what you're talking about, though.
about
Like they're in like cubes or something like that when they talk to each other.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
So they don't get to see each other till like that they want to marry each other, some like drastic type thing. And I was just thinking, what are your thoughts on that? Like, would you ever, if you connected with the person on every single level other than the interaction, like on some like you guys are totally far away or something, but like you vibe with the person, would it matter how they looked? Like you're vibing, like you're actually vibing, like this is like, man, this is the perfect person. Like, this is perfect for me.
It definitely matters.
I think it would be like very disingenuous of us to say it doesn't matter. Like looks, come on, there has to be a basic physical attraction to even get to the point of like talk to a person. But I will watch that show though. That show is hilarious. It's the most cheesy show I ever watched.
Cringy, so cringy.
Cringy. That like that feeling right here. It's like but you
like
feel that, you're gonna laugh.
Is it like 90 Day Fiance?
It's like that, but just on steroids. It's not 90 days. It's like, I think, a shorter time period, but it's so cringy to watch.
Shorter,
so
it's more
cringy.
It's more cringy, definitely.
I just see the video of that one short dude and that Asian girl, like on.
Oh yeah,
and she's
look
like
at the view. You're my best view.
Oh no,
that shit is hilarious. Oh, it's kind of sad, but I laugh at awkward situations anyway.
I got a question. Another question for y'all. Another question. Oh,
y'all didn't answer the question though.
Oh, what was the
question?
About what Mahat said. Like.
Oh no. If she's not bad, then I can't, bro. Sorry.
Of course, the homeless.
Yeah, I already knew where he was going.
I'll become with the most like political correct.
Just straight raw.
No, because like
she ain't bad, I ain't messing with her. Damn.
Let me look at you.
That's the first thing you see. Like, no lie. Like, I mean, personality is all cool and stuff. But like,
I know, I get it,
cool
but like
stuff?
I'm saying, if you didn't see the person, if we were like, if we were straight quarantined and you could not see the person for a long time, let's say this quarantine, like God forbid, this quarantine lasted for like, or whatever, social distancing lasted, and you couldn't leave the house for like something drastic, like 5 years, right? But you're vibing with this person for 5 years through like, I mean, now we got FaceTime, all Skype, all this stuff, but like you just vibed on messages and you're just like, yo, you bring value to my life. Would it matter to you?
For 5 years,
bro,
I didn't say this person's ugly or pretty or nothing. I just said, would you continue this relationship?
We're vibing, right? I ain't dating any of y'all, right?
No, but like on an emotional level, like on
I'm sorry.
like what I'm talking about. You ever watch Catfish? Like these dudes be like talking to these girls for like 2 years, never met them. And when they meet them, like even the shorty or the dude is like hideous, they still be like, I can give this a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because like they already developed that connection. Yeah. So maybe,
bro. Speaking of Catfish, I remember I watched one episode of Catfish where the girl who catfished this guy, she was actually much better looking than the picture she was posting. All these pictures, it was crazy. And the guy got pissed, but then he was okay with it some weird way. It was so weird. Pull that episode up.
She's like, she's trying to be cuter than.
Mahad, is it objectively she was better than the picture or was it like you think she?
I mean, there's no way it's objective, but like it was a clear difference between the picture she posted and her actual self.
He's like, don't say it.
There was a difference.
Sometimes when these
like an enhancement difference or what? What are you talking about here?
It's a different person.
Okay.
Oh, that's messed up though, man.
And the original one didn't look bad either, but you're just like
self-esteem.
There's no reason why you should have done that. Yeah, self-esteem issues. Some people don't like.
What was you saying, Greg?
Self-esteem issues.
Yeah, self-esteem issues, man. Some people just they look in the mirror and like when you guys look in a mirror, what is the first thing you see? It's basically the worst thing you hate. The worst. It's probably the worst thing you hate about yourself. Dang. That. Think about it.
Depends on the moment. Yeah, everyone look at the mirror and feel like some insecurity, like, oh, I think this is too much. Yeah.
I look in the mirror, I'm always just like, dang.
I saw
like, it's like I want it to be like this. That's what I think. Dang, did I pick these features? I picked myself.
You sure you don't look at the hair follicles that the aliens
the hair
took?
No. I don't.
Nah, they'll be back. They'll be back.
Yeah.
I just look over at Kobe. I'm like, this man wasn't even balding like that back then, but he chose this hairstyle. I look at MJ. I'm like, oh, he was before he was balding. He chose to go bald.
Hey man, you just gotta embrace it. I like how you embraced it early on, bro. I gotta give you a hats off. You don't get enough credit in the community for being one of the first to get the ball.
Mahad, would you ever shave your head and your beard? You would never do that though. You got to keep something down here.
I've done that before, bro. This is not a crutch. This is a
crutch, man.
But it's not a crutch.
It's a distraction from this.
I'll shave it right now during this podcast live. Don't tempt me.
The beard with the bald head stuff. Yeah.
Then break down afterwards. What have I done?
I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. But yeah, definitely. Afterwards, things are gonna be weird. It's gonna be different, man.
Where y'all trying to go? Like, you have any like travel spots y'all think about going to? Like places like
Africa.
Jungle Africa.
Yeah, Nigeria. See the family over there. I found out about almost 2 years ago. I have a grandmother that's now 108.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Wow.
108.
So,
I got both sides of the family. I got long lives, so that's good, especially for the black community. I'm happy about that. So
that shows like the food different, the air is different out there.
Yep.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, 108
for the First World War, right? If I did my math right.
1912.
1912.
Yeah.
1912.
First World War, Second World War,
She was born, but she probably wouldn't remember the first one. Definitely the Second World War though.
Yeah, but like
in the 30s.
I have no idea.
I think about like how much you see when you like some of these people didn't have a phone. They had to like
they seen the evolution.
It's like literally a different world.
Right.
Like, especially over there in Africa, like you know. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So
definitely.
we're doing everything they're mostly doing everything, to make sure that she's all right. There was a death in the family. I didn't know the person that was in our family, but everyone pretty much agreed not to tell her because bad news like that could at that age. Yeah, so
for sure.
It does.
Yeah. So apparently there's just good news when we talk to her, but they said she's good.
Is she like able to walk around? Does she like?
I heard that she doesn't move around too well, but she's still very sharp. But you can have a conversation. She doesn't. There's no like signs of dementia, Alzheimer's, stuff like that. She'll have a conversation with you.
You should definitely talk to your grandmother and talk to elderly people in general. Because I actually did, like, when I was going to church, I was a kid. We went to our local elderly like center, and we would like just talk to the elderly people and pray with them. And you gain like I talked to some really interesting people, like, and they gave me like good ass advice. Like this one lady, she like grew up in Paris during World War II, and she was telling me stories about that and shit like that. That shit is real. Like, it can help you, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta learn from your history, man, for sure.
Yeah, man. Bro, which one of these old folks gave you that pickup line? Just
it was Ronald, bro. He be in the back always like pulling up on the stories. Yo, Ronald, chill out, bro. You always pulling up.
Herbert.
I will say,
whippersnapper. Oh, young buck.
I worked at a retirement home and volunteered, and then just like you, and then I asked this guy. He was like 98, so not as old as your grandma, but kind of like still old.
Yeah, it's still metal.
But he was still walking with his walker. He looked really healthy, and he was tall, like taller than me. And then I asked him, "Hey, man, you got some advice, just general life advice?" He's like, "Don't smoke and don't drink." And I was like, "All right, cool. I don't really do that." So he's like, "So you have anything else for me?" Then he hit me with this bomb. He said, "Don't waste your time with hatred." It's like, oh, don't waste your time with hatred. I really thought about that. So I gotta say, man, I gotta stop hating you. I was like, but
would you guys
pretty dope advice.
If somebody was wiping your ass, would you tell them to just end your life at that point? At what point do you say it's not?
Nah, bro, I'm out here living, bro. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Imagine you can't do nothing.
I wouldn't, but I mean, you're here for a reason. I feel like suicide is never the answer, or.
Well,
Grum. In that case, every baby has to just end their life.
Yeah, but you don't know that. A baby doesn't understand you're wiping its ass, but a grown 98-year-old man.
Yeah, you knew a time where you were wiping your own ass. Like, you was like, damn.
There's times, there's situations where you're not even necessarily old, and that can happen to you, get into a car accident, all that stuff.
Facts.
Nah, bro, I'm trying to stay alive.
I know what you mean. Like,
I'm still fighting.
If I'm mentally there, I'm still like, but like, I used to think like I wanted to like fight, like be in the wilderness and off like a beast, and then like
go out in a big way.
Go out in a big way, and like it's like
bro.
At the same time. And I just, but
he wants a quick ending. I don't want to feel nothing.
I'd rather be surrounded by friends and family.
Slight little tweak to the plan, for the most part, same road.
Yeah, probably won't do that.
You guys have any like fears of death? Like, have you guys thought about it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's impossible to think about, especially in today's day and age.
Yeah. I think what scares me the most is like, I don't know. Personally, I feel like everything's about me, Not being like self-centered, but like if I die, how's the world gonna keep going? Because like I've seen everything through my eyes. So like knowing that it'll still keep going, kind of like you're dead and the world's gonna keep going without you, man.
Yeah.
You can look at it like that. We was actually talking about this, kind of linking like
about
bit. Like our reality, like if you look at it from that perspective, it's kind of like pessimistic way to look, like, oh damn, you know what I'm saying? Like reality is gonna keep going on, but you can also be like you're one of like the few intelligent beings that live through history. Like every other throughout the galaxy, can you really name another like planet that can hold life? There's very few. Like I mean, that we know of. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So we're definitely unique when it comes to like the universe and stuff like that. So just like being here, being present during this period is like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What if when you die the next day aliens show up?
Damn.
Darn it.
Technical difficulties. I don't know what's
Okay,
going on with my internet. I'm gonna have to buy a new
Got
one.
that AOL, huh?
I'm gonna get some better
that
internet
dialogue.
soon.
That guy's running. He's running. Just give him a minute.
He don't know
Yes.
nothing about that
Thing is,
AOL, bro.
This is new, the AOL, the messenger.
Back in, you don't know what the AOL days, the dial-up days, bro.
He definitely don't know. You need to get off that free Xfinity Wi-Fi. I know.
I might have to use hotspot. I might just switch to my hotspot. If it keeps messing up, let's go.
You gotta stop leeching off your neighbors.
Xfinity Wi-Fi. Free trial.
No, but Grum, to answer your question, bro, like honestly, I'm not that scared of death. More so, I'd be scared of like something like torture. You know what I mean? Like a slow process. I'd be much more scared of that because like a quick death, I ain't mad at that. Like,
but isn't life a slow death?
Damn, that's true.
He just got punched in the throat.
we were born to die, but that's like more natural than say like somebody putting a knife into you, slowly cutting you up and letting you heal. Like I don't want that.
Yeah.
But you
thought about this a lot.
The only thing in life you're guaranteed is death.
Taxes.
Unless you live in a wilderness.
Yeah, they're not.
He's back on his wilderness shit now. Look at it. Fucking Rambo.
A baby who dies at 10 years old, or a kid that dies at 10 years old, doesn't pay taxes. He's guaranteed death, though. All right, I got too deep. I got what you're saying.
I be thinking about death, though, but I don't know. I try not to think about it too much because we still young. We still got time, you know. At the end of the day, it's like it could happen at any point, though.
And also, it kind of like it's a weird way of looking at it, but it helps you set goals, right? If we were just living forever, I wouldn't do anything.
Yeah,
like straight up.
Would have
like
real
why?
meaning?
Like,
does life have meaning without death? Though, if you think about it, like if there's
that's
no
the beauty.
ending,
That's the beauty of it.
You know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah,
just be any joint.
Gotta accomplish.
Take
journey
advantage
because the
of what you
journey's
have
never
now.
ending. You know what I'm saying? The journey's never ending. It's always going.
You get to enjoy it, like right now. Say for example, my great grandfather. If he's just over here chilling, I'd be like, "Yo, man, I'm living forever, dog. Like, why do I have to do anything?" But like, you leave behind people. You leave behind things for people that you're not going to be using yourself, right? Like right now, if you're a parent, which none of us are. None of us are parents, but like if you leave behind, like, and say, hey, you know, I had this house, it took me years to work on this. Now I leave this to you. Now, you know, hopefully you're going to be a little cushion. Now I imparted something of myself to you, not just a monetary thing or like a physical thing, but like the knowledge and teaching the next generation.
Or even in a broader way, you're leaving, like, you can look at yourself as like a point in human civilization history, like. You're leaving something for the next civilization to continue on. And in a broader sense, also nature, like
home
you're constant. Everything we're just all connected. You know what I'm saying? Like
I heard there's like these. I heard like these trees that don't bear fruit for like 100 years, right? So meaning that the ones that we like eat from right now, whatever trees they are, whatever they produce, whatever fruit they produce, whatever fruits you get from that was from someone 100 years ago who was never going to benefit from it when they planted it. So then again, when you're out here planting those same seeds, you're not going to get anything from it. But it's for the future. It's for those coming after you. I don't know, man. I never looked it up, but I heard that before. And even if it's not true, it's like it's a real thing.
Sound very wise though, definitely.
Yeah,
it do sound a little wise.
I'm gonna
open up everybody's eyes a little bit.
I'm gonna Google it afterwards. I'm gonna go find me a seed and plant it.
Fact check.
No, but would you guys want to know your death date?
It's getting dark.
That's the date.
Like, if I came here and said, Lincoln, you are dying 20, I won't jinx it, but it's going to be 20 something.
I'm living through it. I'm bulletproof. Never dying.
It would change my perspective, definitely. Like, if I knew my end date, my goals would change and what I want to do. Like,
yeah, you work harder.
Definitely, yeah. Put it all in.
It goes back to the end date. The same thing. Like,
would you rather like live without knowing how long you got left on the clock?
Oh,
Or
definitely. I would rather live without knowing. Like,
Oh
Yeah, same.
good.
yeah, I don't.
Same.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I mean,
it takes
the
away
thing
the
is,
kind of takes away the joy, you know.
I feel like you guys were saying, I'd reprioritize my life big time. So if you said I had 30 years left, right? I'd reprioritize my life. I'd do things differently. But if you told me, like, let's say, for example, I had 10 days left, dang, those 10 days are going to be like, all right, do we ever have some kind of conflict? I want to like be cool with you before I leave here, because you'll see a lot of people pass away and then you're like, dang, you know, I regret, you know what I'm saying? Me and homeboy had like problems or whatever. Like, nah, let's just hash that out.
but you don't have to regret the other person has regret. You're dead.
The other person has
No
the regret,
regrets
but I don't want to leave them with that regret, you know what I mean?
If I got
Depends.
that,
And
you
you could be
days left, I'm just like, yo, like I'm putting myself first. I mean, that's what I'm doing. But that's why I wouldn't want to know, you know, like I'm good. Because also with that, you're gonna change everything you do, so that's gonna be your main focus. So a lot of life's pleasant distractions you're gonna be missing out on as well.
You're missing out on the joy of this everyday life, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
if I know I got like 20...
if I had a week left, I'll definitely want to know, because this last week I can like do everything I need to do. But
how would you know though?
No, I'm just saying.
No,
if you went to the doctor, you went to a doctor and he said you got cancer, you got 2 weeks left.
Okay, something like that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but I meant like in the future, like 30 years or something.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, example of how would you know? I was trying to give him an example of how you know.
But if it was like somebody said, all right, you're guaranteed you're gonna die 30 years from now.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like,
know that.
yeah, I'm gonna spend the whole time just working,
thinking about it
and trying to like provide for my family and just make sure everybody else is good.
Like, do I have time to even talk to this person right now? I got only, you know what I'm saying, every day will be
I'm gonna be missing out on so much life.
That's the thing too. I keep saying that's the thing, but like that's the thing too. It's we all have some. I remember there's a movie once where there was like something on the people's hand. There was a countdown or whatever, and then they can do certain things to get more time or something like that. You remember that movie? I never watched it. I seen the trailer.
There was a movie.
I think I feel like I watched that.
There was a
two
movie
of them,
about,
I think. Too.
There was one about an app where if you add have if it's more than a year, you don't want to know, but anything under, tell me right now.
Yeah, just a week or 2 weeks, okay. But like,
bro, a year is a long short time.
Oh, in time.
Yeah. But that's a week is enough for me to get my affairs in order. I don't want my last year of life to be like, I don't know.
You guys got that? You guys got that health insurance or life insurance?
Oh yeah.
You got life insurance. The life insurance.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Life insurance. What is this life insurance? What are y'all talking about?
Funerals are not cheap, man. If you die right now, your parents gonna have to be paying out of pocket.
That's what they say.
But biggest businesses, you never go out of business.
Yeah.
Yo, bury me in the woods.
Turning really dark.
Go camping and bury me in the woods.
Yeah, we'll label this one the dark side. Right?
Dark side.
Yeah, even talking about my dark skin experience in the club, it's all dark tonight.
It's all dark.
They're gonna find your hand and then be like, somebody killed this guy in Canada.
6 feet deep, 6 feet. Dig deep, and then lay a lot of concrete down too.
In a future where time is money, the wealthy can live forever. Blah blah. The poor really
yeah. I'm hip to you.
Check out that movie. Yeah, In Time.
In Time.
Yeah. In Time. That's not really good.
Can't see that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Do your Google. In Time.
In Time. Do your Google.
Yeah, it's no Oscar nomination, but cool. It's a watch on a Wednesday, Thursday night, whatever.
Yeah. Such a movie.
How y'all think people in relationships are dealing with this right now? Y'all think like this gonna be?
Depends on what kind, right?
What Corona?
Like the Corona relationships, like how people.
I think
I wouldn't know.
That'd be pretty fun, to be honest. Cause like imagine like being with your girl like for like a whole 3 months, Just chilling.
That's if y'all live
Yo,
together
you
or
are
like or
clearly
close.
so young. You are
said-
so young, man.
You said relationships.
Yeah,
Imagine
dog.
3 months.
Oh my god.
I'm getting tired of being at home with all of my siblings, bro. So like, that'll be lit.
After
We talk about,
week 2, all right, somebody's got to come and take everything sharp, all the weapons, man. You are too
Wait,
young.
so what was the question?
Now, I was actually like, you think it's going to be the all-time record for breakups this year? Or like, is this...
I think it's definitely going to be a huge incline in breakups, you know, once like we get closer to stage 4 or 5. Yeah. People are like, okay, I'm free at last. Hey, you keep,
type shit.
I'm telling you.
Damn. Everybody in relationships, stay strong, bro. Y'all got this. Word support from Choppin It Up.
Isn't the what is it? Divorce rate in America is like 50%. Gonna be a little higher this year.
Oh yeah, they already said it's been like going through the roof. With quarantine, yeah. Absolutely.
And you can't even count like the breakups because that's not technically like nobody
divorce.
Like divorce. I'm talking like boyfriend girlfriend breakups type shit.
Going to a more serious topic again. This is the dark episode. Everything's kind of like gloomy. I was thinking about that. I think I read something about this, or I was just thinking about this. But imagine like people who've been going through like domestic abuse and all that stuff, and having to be at home all the time. That must be like
very true.
Those incidents must be going up. Like
I think I heard that was going up too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Domestic cases going up. What that falls along with like relationships being like you're like locked in with just 2 people locked in the crib, like that's just like an explosion ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can imagine that's true.
If you don't know how to control that in a non-physical way, well, first you need help. Yeah.
Yeah, physical or even like verbal abuse, man. Like
anything.
Verbal,
yeah,
emotional,
really,
all that.
Yeah. I guess that's how you know. That's who finds out. You know who's really a real couple. We have that that strength in it right there.
If y'all can sustain through Corona, y'all can sustain through anything. If y'all can make it through Corona.
Verbal abuse is definitely bound to happen. I don't think even if non-Corona that verbal abuse is out there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you think?
I mean, to a certain point though. Like,
but you gotta. Yeah, not everything's gonna be verbal abuse. There's gonna be a lot of arguments. People gonna say this and that. You know,
a lot of pettiness. A lot of
I wouldn't call everything like if y'all end up cussing each other out or like calling each other a certain name like one night from a big fight. I'm not. Depending on like how bad it gets. You can't really call everything verbal abuse. It's just, just got hot one night.
Oh yeah, arguments happens all the time, and like
arguments happen. But like if there's like I don't know. I just sort of feel like a lot of people just fall into patterns and stuff. It just sucks. There's a lot of unhealthy relationships, and 50% it seems high, but like I looked it up once. That is the divorce rate in the States.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Something I've always, made clear, like in a relationship, is that I've never been one to argue, to fight, like just really get into it. If we can't talk about it like adults, like, every once in a while, everybody's going to raise their voice at each other. But the people that like don't know how to talk things through, just only know how to argue. It's like, I can't be with you if we can't do that,
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like about an argument. I feel like sometimes it's just about, oh, I'm going to win this. I am right. I'm going to win this versus like a discussion or conversation where it's like, oh, how do you see this? Even if I think you're like completely wrong, I can be like, I can see how that's an opinion that you have. Being a grown person who I believe is smart, right?
Yeah.
No, most people, it's hard to step out of a situation once you're in it, especially if you get like attacked, like on some dumb stuff. A lot of arguments, people will reach for other things that have nothing to do with the current topic.
You just get more entrenched in your own, what your own argument is. You're not gonna like find no common ground. The only person that's gonna win is the person with more power in a relationship. It's the truth. Like the person that sways more power in a relationship usually wins because they just gonna like impose that on the other person. That's where I feel like toxic, relationships happen a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, just having that, seeing one person over the other right there is already recipe for failure, I think.
Yeah.
You guys know any relationships? You guys know any relationships that actually have gone physical?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not saying any names, of course, but
Yeah.
all right. I'm just gonna say, a time ago, I don't know how we got on the subject. It was with some coworkers, and I don't know how we got on it, but we got on talking about like domestic violence, and I was saying, like I can't respect, a guy that puts his hands on a woman and all this and that, and I said what I had to say, and then maybe like a couple minutes later, one of my coworkers came up to me like in front of everybody else, like after we already finished talking about it, came up and was like, "So what about me? I had a situation when I was younger, blah blah blah. I did this and this," and then I'm just looking like, "Yo, I said what I said. Like, I'm sorry." Like
he feels guilty though. He feels bad when you said that. He's like, "Yeah, what about me?" Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like like validation.
Because like the relationship we had, like I'm cool with everybody, but I don't know if I'd call him a friend. But it was like you said, his guilt. He tried to throw that on me, thinking like I'm gonna, shrivel up and nah. So I said what I said, and then he eventually backed off, and then it's just like, it was like, yeah, you were wrong. You can't be doing that, man.
Yeah, it happens. It happens at school, like not domestic, but like rape and stuff like that. It happens like at parties all the time. I mean, not a lot, but like
especially at your school, man.
Yeah, it's terrible. I have a tech too. What you talking about?
Yeah, don't put it on JMU.
It happens everywhere. People like,
especially
bad people.
Pike. I used to always hear Pike.
Pike. Yeah, Pike. That's not true though. I have some friends with Pike. They're like, but a lot of people think that. But
are you talking Pike and JMU or just Pike in general?
Pike in general. I heard a lot about it at ODU.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's great. You guys made this a real dark episode, man. If we're gonna keep, do you think?
Y'all talking about Bubba Wallace already?
No, we didn't talk about him yet. Bubba Wallace. I didn't really know what happened that much. I'm not really to NASCAR, but something with a rope, right?
Yeah,
I was saying that. Go ahead.
They found what they thought was a noose in his garage, and
it was a noose. It was a noose.
No, it wasn't. It was a garage pull thing.
No, but it was
shaped like a noose.
They're trying to say that it wasn't a noose, but he's saying no. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I saw it pretty much. It's a noose, it's a noose.
They tied it as a noose, but used it as a garage pull, right?
Okay.
Instead of just tying like a regular rope knot or whatever, they tied it up like. Have you guys ever seen a noose? It's not easy.
There's no way to like oh, that was supposed to be something else. Like everybody knows what it is.
To be fair, it was up there since 2019 when he wasn't even using it, right? So the FBI did their investigation and said, yeah, it's been up there since 2019, but it's a noose, but it's been used as a garage pull. So who makes a noose as a garage pull?
Yeah, NASCAR's racist as shit regardless.
With Confederate flags and just known for being one of the most racist
organizations. Sport. Is it?
To be fair,
we had an argument about that.
To be fair to them, they said no Confederate flags allowed at any of their tracks.
Oh wow!
Yeah, congrats.
Now they're trying to go back on it. I mean.
Now, but it's not like, okay, that means everyone just stops being racist. Like, it's known. Hockey has that reputation, and I've never seen.
I would say the NFL is more racist than NASCAR.
No, not at all.
I cannot agree with you on that.
You got a team that's called the Washington Redskins. But you got a team called Washington Redskins.
NASCAR, dog.
But NASCAR, look at the fan base of NASCAR.
Yeah, when I look into the crowd at a NASCAR, whatever, meet or something, dog, it's almost like I wouldn't be surprised if I saw.
We know the type. We know the people
in the crowd. Like
Confederate flags.
Just feel different with NASCAR, man.
You are doing the little stereotyping, though.
True, but that's the reputation that.
Stereotyping.
Just the NASCAR, everyone knows. Like, bro. Yeah, like what am I supposed to think about that?
That's not me. That's my brother Jack. Like, no, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's your whole fan.
The thing is, not everybody had Confederate flags. There's only like a couple races had Confederate flags on their thing. Not the whole NASCAR.
But even still, though, looking out in the crowd, you always see people wearing Confederate shirts coming through to the, parking up with Confederate, flags, like waving on their cars, dog.
I think it's because it's a more southern-driven sport. It's not if people in the north like watching a car go around in circles 300 times, I would suspect there would be less. But like college football, the SEC, the SEC is in the South and has a bunch of Confederate flags everywhere, right?
I mean, you said it's a Southern culture, but what's part of Southern culture? Racism.
No. I agree with you, but what I'm trying to say is you can't put that blame on the
all Southern culture,
sport.
but
you can't put that blame on the sport because it's the racist fans that like it.
At the end of the day, how do they build up that reputation? By having a whole bunch of Confederate shit hanging around proudly. What did they expect people? If it's like, come on.
They're not exactly inclusive. You don't see them like, oh, come on, brothers, come on.
Yeah, yo.
It's like,
how many black people actually watch NASCAR? Have y'all watched?
Who want to?
I've known a few, and I never understood.
MJ owned a NASCAR, but
not who want to watch it. Like,
NASCAR
they're
like
not inclusive, right? Like
a motorcycle team or something, right?
Yeah, he owned
MJ,
a motorcycle team. Yeah.
I think it's inclusive. I think we just don't like it. Same thing as hockey.
Maybe.
Hockey's actually fun though. I've been to a game and it's interesting.
I'm not gonna say that we don't like it. I think that it's more exclusive because where the heck do you go to be a NASCAR driver or like golf, like hockey itself? Hockey, like look at the difference between hockey and like soccer or basketball. Soccer or basketball, basketball, you just need a hoop and a ball. That's about it.
That's
football,
true.
you just need football.
Hockey, you need that equipment. You need access to an ice rink. You need there's a whole bunch that goes into it.
Golf, you gotta be in a country club. Like
that's a good point.
Lacrosse,
NASCAR,
all
what
that
do you get in
stuff
a car?
is expensive.
How do you practice?
Yeah.
It's expensive.
How do you practice NASCAR? Like,
I don't know.
I know.
Literally, I can't tell you like the first thing you do if you want to be a driver. Like, where the hell do you go? So it's very exclusive. It's not that people don't like it. It's that people are not exposed to it.
True.
I think now they're waiting for someone to be like, how Tiger Woods was like for golf. He opened it up for black people.
Yeah.
Serena Williams.
I think that's gonna be Bubba.
They're looking
That's
for
the name, right?
But he's not good though. He's not very good.
Oh, they need a good one.
Yeah. So they low-key want it so they can boom because like golf now is pretty popular and like tennis and all that stuff.
I mean, isn't he the only full-time professional?
He's the best of all the African Americans or black people who drive.
He isn't even.
I heard that he was the only. He's the only full-time black driver.
Yeah.
Maybe full-time. I'm pretty sure there's others that are like lower.
It might be. Yeah.
Full-time, he might be. But
it's easy to stand out when you're the only one.
They use Tiger Woods as just to promote golf like crazy. Like it was like
he was really good though.
He was really good, yeah. But
I enjoyed watching Tiger Woods, man. I don't know about y'all.
Nah, I mean
honestly, I can't watch.
Can't watch golf.
I can't.
Yeah.
You can't watch the whole thing, but you get to the end there.
Yeah, I watched the highlights on ESPN Sports Center. Like, oh, Tiger Woods won, yay! Like I'm a
little fist, yeah.
Yeah, like
Tiger Woods loved the white girls. Loved the white girls.
Didn't he say he doesn't consider himself black or something like that?
No,
he said that before, but I think he went back on the statement.
I'm pretty sure we voted him in the black census. To the Chappelle show, we got him in.
Drafted.
Oh, we got to let him go. Who we trading him for? Who do we trade Tiger Woods for?
Was it Wu-Tang Clan?
Nah, yeah, no.
To the Asians?
Saying, who do we trade him now? Like, if we had to trade Tiger
Sammy
Woods.
Sosa.
Get that guy out of here. Why do you want Sammy Sosa? This man bleached himself white.
Bro,
Yeah,
we gotta
trade him. Yeah, we trading him.
Yeah, we're trading him. Like, yeah, you got it.
Tiger Woods, Sammy Sosa for who do we trade for? Like
Sammy Sosa was Hispanic. He
was like
black, man. He's the
black,
he's
bro.
brother.
True, but
brother. He's just a black guy that speaks Spanish. He's bilingual.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I know
Like
black.
David
I'm
Ortiz.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Big papi.
Oh no, see papi, no.
Yeah, no.
How you do that
black,
dance? No black papi.
But
I wouldn't trade Tiger. I guess you could trade Tiger Woods.
who would you trade it from in the?
He don't want to be here.
Eminem.
Trading for Eminem? That's a good trade.
I think Eminem is past his prime.
It doesn't matter.
Eminem
Just
is
go down.
slipping, bro.
His peak, he was huge.
Oh, so you're
I
saying
don't know.
only when he's talented, only when he's got that,
No, I'm
he's
just
making you
saying-
money, huh? Sound familiar?
No, I'm just saying there's probably somebody else out there right now.
We'll take Leonardo DiCaprio at number 1.
He's got to have. Yeah, I'm a huge Leo fan, but
He ain't do nothing for black people. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, you can always like somebody that you can tell just has a little, brother in him. Like, you could have came out darker.
What's his name from
I feel like we missing someone.
Magic Mike. Not Magic.
Oh,
Jason Tatum?
Not
Channing
Tatum.
Tatum.
Channing Tatum?
Not Tatum.
We not trained for Channing Tatum. Trust me.
Not Tatum, man. What's his name?
Anyone from that movie? We're not trained for no one from that movie, bro.
Yeah.
No. All right, I forgot his name. We can move on. But what's his name?
I don't even know.
That's the Buick commercials.
The what?
The Buick commercial.
Bieber? Buick?
Buick. Yeah.
Buick, yeah.
Oh.
We got to come up with a trade.
Shaq. Peyton Manning, I don't know.
Hey, man.
I'll trade for Peyton Manning.
Nah,
Hell no.
Nah. We cannot do that.
Hell no. I found out a lot about Peyton.
Yeah,
found out a lot of disappointing
stuff about
who? Celebrities.
Rachel Dolezal.
Who?
The lady.
The one that thought she was black.
Oh wow! NAACP.
Yeah, leader.
Officially accept you in a.
She has helped us out a lot, but
she did a lot, bro.
Yeah, she did a lot, but it's like why did you have to do all that?
Though. She did the most, bro.
She might take the crown for the most crown.
We might have to trade out Weezy F Baby.
That's cool, man.
Weezy, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Why? What did he do?
I've never really been a fan.
He was like, "Oh, I don't believe in racism" or something. What was that?
Oh yeah.
I think he was misquoted on that. I heard about that. He went back on it. He was like, "Yo, I said it like 10 years ago because I think a white cop saved his life. He got shot.
I think he might be a little out of touch.
So all of a sudden you just boom, a white guy saved my life. So there's no racism in the world.
You're right. There is racism. I just realized. I don't know.
I feel like if I was in the spotlight, like I were to say something, a couple of things like that are like kind of touchy, and I almost like people just cancel me. Like
we know.
Yeah, like
done it already.
The thing is, it's hard, bro. Like imagine if you're a celebrity, like you can't just like you got to be on your best behavior.
There's always cameras on you.
For 7, like I couldn't.
It's not that hard, man. You just got to think before you talk.
I understand that, a lot of people are going to be out to get you. They're trying to spark some shit in you. Everywhere you go, just assume you're going to get some heat. Just got to learn how to block that out. I think it's a maturity thing. That's why some people, a lot of people let it get to them. Some people just, that's their job. Yeah, they know that's their job.
Literally, interviewers are, like, actually smart, and they know how to, like, get certain things from you, how to set you up. They'll give you the oop, and they're just like, oh, you going to dunk this or no?
like Vlad TV, bro. That dude be setting up everybody.
Bro.
Hey, bro, I heard you had a gun on December 26, 2019. Bro, like they be setting dudes up, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, he actually does. I watched a bunch of his stuff. I'll watch an interview just because it's interesting, but his stuff, it seems like more of an interrogation because you never see him. Yeah. You just see the person he's interviewing.
Yeah.
It does seem like interrogation.
That's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
They keep coming, man. They all know it.
It'd be a random rapper, be a little Tay-Tay. You got a
and it'll be people when they're like not big yet, just to get a platform.
He knows how to get them.
Yeah, and then once he gets that, he won't even post that junk once because they're not big. But once they do get big, like there's a bunch of Cardi B's videos, like just a bunch of them from when she was like on some reality TV show or whatever.
They bring it right back up. They go back to
anytime she says something, like they'll post like, this is what she said back then.
I shot him. I shot that dude. Here's the gun right here. 98 right here. Yeah, this the same gun I shot that dude with.
Hey, apparently Cardi B.
We got you on Vlad TV, Confession of Murder? like you going
I was really watching like an update. What? What'd you say, no?
Apparently, Cardi B got canceled today because she was like being racist towards Arabs or something like that. That's what I heard about.
Really?
Some old tweets came out.
Word racism when it doesn't apply.
That's true.
She was not racist.
Oh, like she was saying, I don't know what she says, but she was saying something about.
She probably said something like derogatory or prejudice or something.
Yeah. Old tweets back when she was a stripper. Actually, she admitted, this is kind of off topic, but a couple months ago, she was like, "Yeah, I used to drug dudes and like steal their money and stuff," and she got off like clean. Like she snitched on herself, and no one said anything.
Cancel culture really kept their voice down with that one.
Yeah.
She had to do what she had to do.
What? Do what I do.
That's what he was saying.
It's a double standard sometimes, but I mean, that's how life is, man.
Yeah, bro. There's no excuse for that, man. You can't just be drugging people like that. That's crazy.
That's some Rick Ross shit, man.
Yeah, Rick Ross is wild.
Yo, I don't know what he was thinking with that.
Like, how did Rick Ross get away with that? Now that I think about it,
he lost money. He lost money from that.
She didn't even know it. Like what?
Yeah. You just forgot about that? Like everyone just like, yo.
I was just talking about this a couple of days ago. Like, who's in the studio with you? From the producers to like the beat makers to like whoever, like maybe
the people in the label.
Like one person said, "You might not want to put that in there. That's rape, man."
Whoever was featured in that. I don't know who was featured in that, but like whoever's had anything to do with that.
Was it
Drake in that song? Everybody, ASAP. It's like everybody. Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
It makes me think. It makes me think they didn't either A, listen to it, B, listen to it with
or care. Caution. Maybe they didn't care, like,
or C, yeah, they didn't care at all. Like
culture's different. Like we changed.
A lot of times though, somebody sends you the beats, you rap on it, and you just send back what you have.
Right? Yeah,
that is true. That is true, and then it just gets. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But shook. You know, he be saying some weird stuff. Like I know one rap, he was like, "If I could cut out my own ribs, I would suck my own dick." He said that in a lyric.
If I could cut out my own ribs?
Yeah, like some Charles Manson kind of thing.
Wow.
Rick Ross said that?
I think he's, I'm looking.
Rick Ross is suspect, bro. First of all, he stole the original Rick Ross name, the dude that was selling crack in the 80s. If y'all know what I'm talking about.
Officer, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ricky Ross.
He stole his name. He was a correctional officer. Like, come on, man. Like, this dude's whole image is, like, based on something he's not, like. But that's most of the rap industry, really, if you think about it.
That's the business. That's the business, like you said.
The image, yeah.
You know what we need back? We need the Boondocks back, just to make fun of all this shit we're talking about. Like, all these dudes doing this stupid ass shit, bro.
Like, did the Boondocks get canceled?
Yeah, years ago.
No, I feel like
it came back.
I feel like it's coming back, but like not with the original.
Did somebody die, by the way?
John
Witherspoon. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, man. Definitely.
Dark Side episode.
Dark Side. I think it was a good episode.
You want?
What? That was just a random ass noise out of. I
agree. Said, do you want?
Bless you.
I was say you want to do outro or not?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Are we have any other topics? Or are we straight?
I think we got a good solid hour in. I think we're straight.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna say that for later.
It was a dark episode, but it was a good episode.
Definitely dark, but it was necessary. You know, you gotta share this shit. You know, good, bad, ugly. But yeah. Thank you all once again, you know, for joining us on another installment of Chopping It Up. Please reach out to us, you know, spread the word, you know. You guys got tips, things you want to talk about, things you want to hear, definitely hit us up. What is it? Instagram, Twitter. We're working on Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Until next time, you'll see us soon.
Hey, don't forget to vote.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget that.
Vote. It's so important.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Definitely. Take care, everybody.
All right.
You see that? Then I just slapped the joint.